Guys want to move convo from dating app to Snapchat. How to respond. Okay. This might take some translation from me to you, Greg, but we're going to do this email. Okay? But I
can guarantee it does. I mean, I'm aware that they exist. Jared. So I'm not that out of the game. I'm aware they exist, but yeah, you're going to have to help me, man.
But I think this is like from the mouth of babes type of thing. It like not knowing it kind of shows like, oh, they're definitely doing A and C. You know, like, you know how men work. That's, you know, like that's always the case. What's the best way to respond to a guy that asks to move the conversation from a dating app to Snapchat? Or do I just take it as a red flag and stop responding and move on? She gives some background. I'm a 28-year-old female and don't use Snapchat anymore and feel like it's the ultimate casual form of communication. So, Greg, let me explain what she's saying, and I think this will help. I think the terms I give it might help the listener also answer some questions. You have the dating app. You're swiping, you're liking, you're talking on the dating app. You get a little bit of conversation in, and there's a point where you can either give your phone number or you can try and connect on social media. And what a lot of guys are doing is they're saying they're ignoring the fact that they have a phone number where someone can reach them directly, and they're saying, let's connect on Snapchat, an app where the messages disappear after you open them. Yeah. And you can send pictures that disappear after you open them.
Yeah.
So to me, Snapchat's the land of casual.
Yes.
And like, especially when you don't have someone somewhere, when you have the ability to take your, here's what Snapchat offers you the ability to do. You can unfollow and block someone on Snapchat. So you can legitimately snatch your number from their phone. So you can disappear a lot easier than if they had your number.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I mean, it sounds pretty obvious. Like it's all about what she's looking for, man. I mean, is she looking for some sort of cheap fun on over the internet? Which I've been in a time where that sounds great.
That could be anybody. Anybody could want that. That's okay.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But if that's something it seems like that's exactly what that guy wants, or what the guy is like. Hey man, I hope she sends me some nude pictures. My buddy, I won't say his name, a comic, bragged to me back in the day, and he was kind of a player, but he was like, he's like 3 texts. I can get a nude picture. He's like, I'm like, shut up, man.
What a weird
Give me your phone.
brag.
Give me your phone. I'm like, no, you're not doing this with my phone. But yeah, he said that. He's got kids right now, so he probably doesn't want me to say his name. But
she went on to write, I assume that any guy that wants to snap versus text call isn't looking for anything serious.
No.
Recently, a couple of guys have asked me to move the convo from Hinge and Bumble to dating apps to Snapchat. They were both 27. I responded to the most recent guy with Snap. I think we're looking for different things. And he responded with 4 question marks. And I said, I'm just not looking for a Snapchat pen pal. He then responded with, you're insane and unmatched me, LOL. I don't really care about this guy specifically and definitely think he's immature if he's going to respond like that. But since this keeps happening, I just want to know your thoughts on the whole situation. So I would start by saying that the internet is the most easy place to be blissfully naive. So what do I mean by that? You can do this in all forms on the internet. This happens in every form of social media. You post something. Let's say someone posts something and you comment shitty and you don't like the post. And then someone writes back, and then you write back to them. You go, well, you were kind of shitty. They'll go, whoa, just joking around with you. It's like, well, you did everything to act shitty. You wrote a shitty comment. You didn't even like what I said. That's the equivalent of just giving me shit. And it's like, this happens at every turn. So what she did, all the time, it's passive-aggressive, shitty, blissful naivete.
No accountability. Yeah, no accountability.
And nobody takes the loss, ever. Yeah. So, and it's like this guy who's like, hey, let me give you your Snap, and you said, Snap, I think we're looking for different things. That's where she made the wrong decision. You're getting in an argument with someone you don't even know about what they're looking for, and there's no loss for them to take. They don't know you. Yeah. They can sit there the whole time going, no, I'm looking for something serious, but I just moved to Snap because I don't want to give up my number to just anybody. And it's like, we know what you're doing, dude. Yeah. We know what you're doing. It's the same with the people that it's like when someone says like, oh, I don't wear the mask because I have breathing problems. It's like, we know what you're doing. You're putting up the shield of another health issue. Yeah. Right? We see this stuff with everything.
Yeah. Yeah. The guy, I wouldn't have thought the guy was a dirtbag until the 2 question marks. Then it's like, yes. Yeah, okay, man. Now you're a real dirtbag. And
he could have taken the loss. He could have gone, you're right, and then moved on to someone else.
Or said, hey, man, I'm sorry. You know what? I was acting like an idiot. Let's talk. Or, let me give me your phone number. Let's talk. Because guys will be an idiot sometimes. And
sure.
If you call on them. But that guy, what he did was try to make her feel like she was, like she was weird. And it's an internet dirtbag move. It's the same people that comment on ridiculously negative things on somebody's stand-up comedy on YouTube.
Yeah, and we see it all the time.
Yeah,
Here's the confusing part about casual sex and men. The confusing part is that men will work really hard for casual sex. So it's confusing because you're like, why would he do all this stuff?
Oh, man, that's really insightful.
Just to keep me the least responsibility. Men will go to great lengths to make you an option that they act like they don't care about.
Oh,
and it happened, right? Like, how many times? Like, and this happens with everything. Oh, I'll move you to Snap. Hey, I think we're looking for different things. What? And it's like, why even say what? You're looking for me to be casual. You're looking for me to send nudes. You're looking for you to not even have my number. Yeah. So it's like, and it happens a lot of times where it's like, why will this guy keep texting me? Because he wants you to be a casual option for when he needs you at his convenience.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's confusing. I could totally understand why someone's like, but he's doing all this stuff. Why would he do all this work to make me casual? And it's like, yeah, because that's the goal,
Yeah. Yeah. Now, and there may be, there's definitely women out there that are probably like, hey, that's a fun game to play. And I don't mean to, play that, man. Play that game. There's a lot of guys that are going to want to play it with you, and it's great. But if that's not the game you want to play, I think you're really helping her out understanding, like, they're mostly dirtbags that you're.
Yeah, and nobody wants to be playing a game they don't know they're playing. Nobody wants to be like, wait a minute, why are you throwing me a football? I thought we were playing basketball. Like I don't know. We don't even have the pads. Like it's like that's the same thing for hooking up. Like I think she has to stay. You stay consistent because then if you stay consistent, all the weird parts will always just be weird and you'll know it right away. If she says, hey, and I think the better answer, and not to say she made any mistakes because she didn't talk to this guy, but if she wants a less accusatory answer or less of a fight, I would write back, I don't use Snap, but you're welcome to take my number. I'd love to do drinks anytime. You be so easy, and I don't mean easy as in sexually. I mean, the move is to be so easy that if someone doesn't take you on a date, they have ulterior motives.
Yeah.